Hey, I hope by now it goes very well with the Japanese studying and at least with the memorizing of hiragana, which was my least favorite part. But like the Japanese say, "Ganbatte kudasai." You gotta work hard. But of course, in the beginning, you gotta work a little bit harder to learn this because it's so different from your own language. But with most good things in life, you gotta spend some time on achieving your goal. Uh, I was able to pull some of my old shukudai from which is homework in Japanese from this book. And if there's something that Japanese love is shukudai. And this takes me back to when I was studying in my small apartment in Hiroshima on the tatami, and it made me a little nostalgic. And this might be able to help you or assist you in memorizing the hiragana alphabet because this way you can see how the symbols makes up a word or how the sentences and the words are constructed. So it might be a great help. Um, so let's look into it. There's the Japanese version here and the Roman version and of course the English translation. So these greetings that I will show you here is amongst the most common ones that are used in daily life in Japan. Of course, there's many variations of these, but by knowing these, you'll be able to basically to do quite okay in everyday life. So we have here Ohio and Ohayo gozaimasu, which is good morning here for when you are waking up. You say Ohio in the morning when you meet your friends. Ohayo gozaimasu is the more formal way, the polite version. If you meet your teacher, your boss, or somebody you are not familiar with, you say Ohayo gozaimasu. And you can see here Ohayo o. And then there's when there's an or o at the end of a hiragana symbol that has an o in it, like go or ho or mo, it would become a long vowel. So Ohio and Ohayo gozaimasu. The next one is I'm sure most of you knows is konnichiwa. Is a very normal way of saying hello or good afternoon. Konnichiwa. And you might realize here or see that here you say o ha yo. You have o ha. This is the particle for ha, and here it becomes wa at the end. But don't think too much about it. That's just how it is. It's the same thing when you come down to good evening, konbanwa. I can't explain you why. Just accept it. That's how it is. Konbanwa. You might see here, even though it's the same hiragana, it changes the sound when you put the signs there. Konbanwa, and you'll be able to make when you advance in the memorizing of hiragana, you will see that how you can change the sound. But for now, let's just keep it how it is. Konbanwa. So when you want to say goodbye, uh, you have here sayonara, sayonara. You have here as well the long vowel, sayonara. Even though this is a it becomes an o after the um, o symbol. But there's many other ways to say goodbye. Um, sayonara is more final, so you won't hear Japanese using this greeting for when you leave work or something. Because this is for people you think you are not seeing maybe for quite some time. So if you're leaving work or you're leaving the classroom, you would rather say arigato gozaimasu, which is one of the next ones. It means it's a thank you, so thank you for today. Otherwise, you can say ja ne or mata ne, which is see you later, and it's commonly used amongst young people. So this is very formal and or final, and I used this, of course, when I was there, and it's not like people are looking at you funny, but it's not the best greeting to use. So when you want to say goodnight, you have oyasumi, oyasumi nasai, and of course you can use either oyasumi or oyasumi nasai. If you want to say thank you, you have arigato, and same here with the long vowel. Arigato is used among friends and family. And of course, like you have with Ohayo gozaimasu, you have arigato gozaimasu, which is the more formal way and the polite version. So you would use this, like I told you, with when you leave your classroom or if you leave work, or if you are thanking somebody in a formal way. Another greeting or term you will probably hear a lot in Japan is sumimasen. Um, and it's excuse me, I'm sorry, but it's more used not to apologize, but to like an excuse me if you're moving ahead in line or if you are passing somebody, or like the picture indicates if you're stepping on somebody's toes by accident, sumimasen. If you want to apologize, you want to say gomenasai. Um, and the nice guy here, he indicates it's no problem. He says ie. So ie if it's no problem, or ie if you want to say no. If somebody offers you something, ie. Uh, Moving on to the next one. When you leave your house in the morning to work or go to class, you'll say itikemas. I will go and come back. And maybe there will be somebody there to greet you. Iterashai, please go and come back. So when you do that, when you're coming back, you say tadaima, and maybe somebody there will be there to greet you. Say okaeri nasai, welcome home. And like in many other cultures in Japan, before eating, you will have a saying or a greeting or expression called itadakimasu. Kind of like, yeah, it's just a greeting to say thank you for the meal before eating. It's something you see. Maybe you will hear people say also when if you order something in a restaurant before you eat, you accept it, and after you might say gochiso sama deshita, and then again you see the long vowel inside the word gochiso sama deshita, gochiso sama deshita. So if you made it so far that you gotta you gotta introduce yourself in Japan. You might say something as "Hajime mashite," which is a polite greeting. Say "How do you do?" And you might say "Yoroshiku onegai shimasu." If you want to be very polite, you could say "Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu." That might be accompanied by a bow. "Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu." And the deeper you bow, the more respectful you are, of course. But as you might hear, it's pronounced yoroshiku onegai shimasu. It's not yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So you will find that in the Japanese language, many things are left out that is not necessary. And it might be confusing, but it's actually a lot easier. But you will figure that out the longer you be studying the Japanese language. So if you want to say your name or where you're from, you might say "Watashi no namae wa Andy desu." That means my name is Andy. Or you can say "Watashi wa Andy desu." I am Andy. If you want to say where you're from, you might say something like "Denmaku jin desu." I am from Denmark. Denmaku. You say the name, the Japanese version of your country, and you put the suffix of jin behind and the final verb at the end of is. Denmaku jin desu. I am Danish. I'm from Denmark. So that is basically it. I hope this will help you, and it might be able to assist you also when memorizing. So like the Japanese say, "Ganbatte kudasai," work hard. and good luck with it.